Hi, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my Learn and Explore project for 3400 of graphic communications. And I decided to do animation and social media just because it's something I've been so interested in. And After Effects really opened up a lot of opportunities for me to increase what I can do in that area. So I started off with I guess we can start with a little playthrough. Um, you can see the animation here. Everything's made up, of course, with the 2031. Um, just to preface, I didn't create the actual Illustrator file. This was a template that can be found in Illustrator with um, that says Music Festival and has this guy, but all the animation I did in After Effects. And that also took a lot of pre-work in Illustrator. So in Illustrator, it was a lot of creating live text, making sure everything transferred the way I needed it to. And in some cases, I had to copy directly from Illustrator over to After Effects and edit it in After Effects. So it wouldn't be distorted and I could edit it in the different ways I wanted it to. And then moving on from there, the first thing I worked on was the actual text movement. I started off with these music. The main issue I had here was, again, I had to go back into Illustrator and make them all their own individual layers to edit them correctly in After Effects. And I used a wiggle effect. And that was a lot of what I learned through this process was how to use effects and playing with them and trying to get them to work correctly and how you want. But I used the wiggle so that they would all be moving independently and randomly. And then in a little overshoot when they grow to give them more character and movement. And then moving downward, I used varying effects for each little line of text to create some movement and just make it more interesting overall. Excuse me. One main issue I have, you can see on the bend, when he comes up like that, there's this little area down here that left a gap. And that was definitely my biggest issue. Through tutorials and more research, I learned the creating pixels effect. I don't remember the exact name, but definitely something I should go back and look at. But the problem was creating these pixels here to make it look smooth and natural with the animation. And it works really well with the body shape. And that was just a lot of playing with the bender, or not bender. The bender is how I did this guy himself, which I'll talk about in a second. But creating the pixels was the big issue and making it look smooth and efficient. And then also an opacity issue with anti-aliasing that took a lot of messing with to get correct. And then, like I said, talking about the bender effect, that was mostly just getting the positioning of the set points correct and messing with values to make it look smooth. And I did use a lot of easy ease here with the text and bender and pretty much everything, even with the little slope in the background coming up. I just think that just makes everything look smoother and better. Moving on with text effects, I already mentioned that a little bit. Just various different presets and things. I remember one was Bullet Train. I don't remember the exact names of the other ones, but yeah. And then the other large issue I had was with these music notes. I really wanted to give it some movement and make it feel like there was audio, even if there wasn't. So I used the particle playground effect and messing with the gravity cannon, and a couple other settings there to make the music notes come out and look smooth and start at the right time, which took a lot of editing in the timeline. You can see I have a bunch of different stuff down here. And yeah, and then the last part of my project for this was turning it into a GIF, which I just used Adobe Express for, and that was super simple. And I can show you that now. Just kidding. No, I can't because I screen shared incorrectly, but that will also be on this website. And yeah, thank you for checking out my work.